I haven't been this happy, thrilled, heart-melting to a romance show since, honestly, the first time I completed Toradora, my favorite romance of all time. And that's not to say I haven't liked the best romances of the past few years. Stuff like Horimiya, My Dress-Up Darling, Tomo-chan is a Girl. This anime season that we're currently finishing has like 4 or 5 shows that everyone's arguing what is the best romance. There is a lot of great shows to pick from. But this is how I truly feel. This isn't recency bias, this is me more excited at a relationship in anime than literally anything else I've seen other than Toradora. Like, that's still my number one, will probably always be my number one. I loved the maturity of this show. From the realistic take on a love triangle not going toxic, turning Runa, what was a toxic character, into the most adorable little sister, but most importantly, how they handle these two very different, but so compatible people. A boy whose first thought when seeing a girl crying on the floor after she tripped in heels, saying, "What type of stupid shoe is this? Why would you wear it if it's just designed to be so impractical?" to ending the show with him wanting to hold hands, saying of course he likes her, because instead of just judging or this, no, he's there for her through thick and thin. And the way they handled that confession was so damn beautiful. And the fact that you were able to handle a confession with a girl who is drunk, and yet it comes off as respectful and tasteful and not taking advantage of someone who's drunk. This show knocked it out of the park and is hands down like my new favorite modern romance anime past decade. Like, seriously, like, this show is incredible to me. Now, I have full live reactions to all the episodes available on my Patreon, or you can just check out the newest one if you're interested. So consider supporting. If you want to see my full live reactions, they are over there. And I literally was cheering and hip hip hooray when the I Like You came out, because you always worry, but we're kind of in a new era for romance anime. Rather than the do they even hold hands, we get to the actual relationships more often than not. And a show like this, I needed to see it. But I like the fact that rather than just jumping into, because they more or less both have admitted to other people or even to themselves that they probably like the other, but they've never really said it to each other face to face. But when you have a character like Tsubaki, who her feelings are completely warranted and justified. But what's interesting, and I rarely see it handled this elegantly in anime, is one term I really hate is the friend zone, because ultimately, love happens when two people like each other. That's how it happens. Both people have to feel the same. And just because you're friends with people doesn't mean that you're required to fall in love with someone, even if they admit that they're in love with you or that they like you. And I love the fact that when she came to that bridge, she was fully saying, I already know his answer. He will reject me. But the amount of pressure for all those years holding in all that love, she needed to get it out. Of course, it's comedic with how it overwhelms him in this cute little fashion. But she knew the outcome. She could see, and she wasn't forcing her feelings and beliefs on him because that would be unfair. She recognized that, yeah, I would love it if he would, but when she notices the little drawing on his hand, she recognizes the character model. She's not angry. She's not saying that bitch is stealing someone who I've been working towards this whole time. No, not only does she recognize that maybe she should have admitted far earlier, but at the end of the day, that's just, they weren't meant to be. And I love the fact that rather than trying to justify the friend zone, instead they're like, no, love is complex, and because this isn't a poly situation, he kindly says, I can't return the feelings. And she accepts it. It hurts, but she accepts it. And rather than going this distasteful way of just making her cry or making him seem like a horrible person, the fact that the way this sets up the actual relationship, you like her, don't you? And he's like, yeah, I do, because of course he does. Everything about his actions has shown us, from how much he lights up with his smiles to just all the actions that he seemingly would never do before Akane. And to see her get completely shit-faced, this had me a little worried, because I was like, oh man, if she's drunk, there's no way they're going to commit to a relationship, because he'll take her home, be kind, but there's no way someone like him would take advantage of that situation. I thought maybe they're going to go the direction she sobers up a lot on the walk home, which she did sober up quite a bit, but I like the fact that rather than going in for even a kiss or these like more intense moments, they build into a hug, getting that I like you, like not even the love, right? They're at the like stage because they have connections, they have that love brewing. But they're at the hand-holding stage. They're eventually going to be at this kissing stage. They're not at that super intense moment, but it's so sweet that when she's crying and scared, like, can I call you because I'll be scared that this was all a dream? He doesn't kiss her or do any of this. He just embraces her saying, I'll call you. And it's adorable as hell. They made a love triangle feel realistic and not toxic, and made it just feel like, I am so glad that Tsubaki is going to be a part of that guild off and on, and that clearly harbors no ill will towards either Akane or our boy. Like, it makes a lot of sense that Yamada has different feelings, and if anything, she's just happy to see that he's past the stage of feeling like he's closing everyone off, but rather is opening himself up in ways she never thought possible. Like, a show like this truly doesn't come around often, especially when you have, like, a lot of pretty adult-oriented characters. And even, like I said, the Runa storyline to what we saw here, it is beautiful and brilliant, and I am so happy to have experienced this. I could watch so many seasons of this, but at the same time, you could leave a show like this completely satisfied, feeling like we saw everything we needed to, but that's just me anyway. I can't gush about this enough. I really can't. I get it. Not everyone agrees with me. Some people have said, yeah, I really like it, but it's not even close to being my top romance of the season. I get it. We all have our opinions, but this is my channel. This is basically a diary of stuff I enjoy or am interested in talking about, and this is how strongly I feel. Whether it's shows like Hell's Paradise this season having a cast of characters that hook me in the same way Hunter x Hunter did, to a show like Loving Yamada-kun at level 999, it went from a show that intrigued me on paper at surface level and became a cast of characters I love so much that I just don't want to see go. It literally had me hip hip hooraying, and I don't get this invested into romance pairings because it's just, I can like pairings and I can be happy, but it's a level of excitement that I can't fake. I couldn't fake this level of passion for this relationship. That's how much I love it. I mean, you even have like the little simple small moments where our boy's taking us to the new restaurant that he has a friend and everyone's buying the expensive sake. I swear to God, that was Wagyu beef there. Like, there's questions there I have about how powerful this man is. Is he secretly the president of Japan, or does he just own multi-million-dollar corporations? I don't know. But in general, this cast was fantastic. The only thing that leaves me wanting a bit more is Momo, because she kind of, she's pretty single still, though they are still seemingly setting up a relationship with our boy and Momo. I'm not sure if they're actually trying to go there or not, or if that's just her wish fulfillment, but either way, this show was brilliant. Throw me an OVA or two, throw me a season 2, whatever you do, or if you leave me off here, I can walk away saying this was a personal 10 out of 10 for me. And I wouldn't change a damn thing, other than maybe adding more episodes, but that's just me being greedy. Let me know what you thought, whether on this last episode, last week's episode, or whatever the hell you want to talk about. Let me know down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, ring that bell so you can get notified when I upload more videos on the channel, and as I mentioned, we do have full live reactions, all 13 of these episodes available on my Patreon if you're interested. And hey, while you're there, you can get video shoutouts, see certain videos early. There's a lot of fun perks over there, so consider if you so wish. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.